How's it going, guys? Today I was asked by a YouTube user to do two different shoe reviews. One was the Emerica Reynolds 3, and the other one was the new Emerica brand Westgate Flick. And ironically, I actually own both. I just got done skating one, and I'm about to skate the other. I have no idea how you figured out I have both, but congrats to you, stalker. Uh, uh, these I'm actually still skating at the moment. They are bearing on the bottom, but that still uh, has a lot of room to go as far as blowing out the whole bottom of the shoe. The America soles are actually really thick on the bottom. Even the Volk ones are a lot thicker than traditional Volk shoes from other companies. So even though it's bare and I slide around a lot, I can still take a little bit of impact with it. But I'll just go with what I have first, which is the Reynolds 3. First things right off the bat, you can actually see it's actually quite padded around the where the ankle is and the collar lining. It's molded, what it feels like molded all the way through. It actually has a good big size tongue. If any of you actually have skated the SXLs, it actually reminds me a lot of how that tongue is. It is double stitched for the most part, especially around the front area. But as you can see, no matter what or how many stitches you have, if you have grip tape, it is vulnerable to blowing out. And this is my switch foot, so I'm actually really happy about that. The Volk, it's only single wrapped vulcanized shoe, and it's actually blowing out, as you can see. It's starting to, but still, again, there's lots of life left in the shoe, and you can see how it's bearing out right here and also right on the toe area. I hate using this camera. But yeah, you can see it's bearing out. I don't ever get heel bruises. I never land on my heels. I don't know why. But for the most part, one of my favorite shoes I've ever skated, and it is single piece toe cap. You do not have any excess toe cap that sticks out towards the actual edge of it. It's all one piece, and also it is a what it looks like to me is a non-pointed. More of a point would be something like this. I know it's hard to tell the difference, but this shoe and the way that it's designed, it actually has more of a point from going up where the smallest toe is to the biggest, versus this one it's more round as you wear it, so that way it fits wider feet a lot nicer, and that's good news for me. My favorite thing about the shoe is the insole. This is a really thick insole. SDI does really good with not only taking care of the outside of the shoe, but also the inside as well. Even with so much wear, it actually is still really padded, and it's definitely going to be used in all my other shoes as well. One of the things that's hard to see, let me see if I can get some light reflecting. You can kind of see the circle right to the right of exactly where my fingernail is. That's actually an additional gel pack that's put on the inside of the shoe, and you can see from the outline where the gel pack is. So that way, if you get scared about heel bruises, don't worry about it. You're good. So that's kind of a little rough overview of the Andrew Reynolds 3. Again, it is a single piece vulcanized shoe. Volk wrap is actually a lot nicer than traditional shoes would be. It lasts really long, and usually even with, for example, I did a Sierra Feller's Talon shoe, and the sides of it, if you had actually seen it when I was skating it, were already completely blown out, and it was a capsule shoe. But this one, you can see there's actually still a slight bit of tread left. It's hard to tell, but right here, you can see there's still actually a slight bit of tread. But then again, it could just be how I was skating in comparison to when I had the circus shoes. And you can still see there's some white powder on here. If you guys check my Instagram at SwitchSkateReviews, I was trying to skate a half-pipe looking obstacle on top of a two-story roof, and that's actually from when I did falling backflip onto the triangle roof below, and so that's one of the reasons I slipped. There's no tread pattern, but that's what leads me to my Flick Brandon Westgate Pro Model shoe. This one is a cupsole. Easiest way to tell, just like in my Volk first cupsole video, you can see there is a line difference right here. That's one of the very biggest giveaways for cupsole versus vulcanized shoes, is that little line. And what it does is it's supposed to bend, so that way, for example, let's say you step in water, the water comes in from the front, exits out the back. And it just separates the grip portion of the shoe from the actual sole, so that way you don't wear both down at once. This shoe, as I said earlier, is more pointed, but it does get quite wide right on the outside of where the big toe starts and the small toe starts as well. For me, I don't know how in the world I can actually fit into the shoe, but I do. And you can see this shoe's only been skated once, so you can see it already has that little crease right here where it dips in. But in comparison to the Reynolds 3, this is very lightly padded around the collar lining. It has minimal padding, which allows you to be able to slide your foot in and out a lot easier. It has a very, very minimal tongue. There's almost nothing to the padding whatsoever. It's just there for comfort and to make sure that if your board does actually smack against it, like let's say you land trying to do a kickflip 1 foot under, 1 foot over, it makes it to where it doesn't hurt quite as bad. This shoe is also, it's really hard to see because this shoe is black, but if you can see any stitches, I doubt you guys can though, but you can see my finger kind of runs along something. That's actually a swept back side panel, so that way you get a better Ollie clearance. If you go to another website like the Emerica website or CCS, you can see what I'm talking about. It's just really hard. Again, it's nighttime and my shoe is black. But swept back Ollie panel makes it a lot easier to have clearance for your Ollies, so that way you don't just blow out the shoe. It is triple stitched, and the insole in comparison to the Reynolds 3, so you can see it's very minimal, but this is actually right up there with being my favorite for what the Reynolds 3 has, because every time I take a step in these, it's just like a memory foam. It actually says it's orthopedic when you buy these shoes, and it makes it feel like it's a brand new shoe every single time you take a step, even if it's completely broken. And I've had these insoles before in my S slants, and I actually love them so much because of the fact that you don't need such a big bulky insole, what you need for a vulcanized shoe. Because it's a cup sole, it actually has all the comfort built in to the sole itself, and then you just need the insole to make it comfortable to step on. The rest of it is all literally in the sole, but I'll probably still switch the other insoles and put them in here, either on top of the insole this comes with or below it, so that way I still feel the comfort from this one, but I get the support from the other. So kind of a real brief overview of both shoes. I recommend both. I mean, personally, I own both. I really like them. They're both low tops, and just Emerica has always done really, really good shoes. If you have anything you'd like me to review for you, leave it in a message either on here, my Facebook, or Instagram. Again, Instagram is at Switch209, and I'll be able to shout you guys out either through your YouTube names, through Facebook, or your Instagram tag. And other than that, hope you guys have a good, fun rest of the summer, and stay safe.